Stoner McMuffin says it was Ben that was involved in with underage, and Ross is or was in their Discord.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Ben is the one who was fucking underage chicks, getting drunk, and trying to fuck everybody else's wives. So the fact that he's defending himself, well, where's the proof? Where's the proof? You're basically the proof. Like from what I've seen, your behavior is the proof. You're a piece of shit, Ben. Stop drinking and stop trying to fuck underage kids.
Hell of a throw up.
Yeah, just a bit. So I don't know. What does the chat want you to talk about? Ape, were you born gay or is it a choice? Says
it is half a choice. So being gay is not fully a choice. There are some things that can sort of like some hormonal levels in your brain that can make you like more predicated towards being gay. But ultimately, you can talk yourself into or out of any sexuality. Totally. Like, you watch trap porn, you get into traps. Okay. It doesn't make you gay, it means you're a faggot. All right. So the reason why I'm gay, though, is because ultimately I hate women.
Ultimately, you hate women.
I hate women. I'm serious. Women, I can't I can be friends with them, okay? I can't stand a fucking relationship with them because they're stuck up fucking whores who want everything to be about themselves. They're biologically designed to be that way. I fucking hate women. That's why I'm gay.
don't some gay guys kind of get like that too, though?
They can, but mostly not.
He's like, that's mostly right.
If you really want to see like a Ben, like talking like how much of a piece of shit he is, right? He defends, all right. He defends the from his own mouth, Ben. He defends the mod by saying he's not a pedophile because pedophilia is specifically only if they're under 12. If they're the age that they were talking about, it's actually hebephilia. And I'm sure Ben knows a lot about the difference between pedophilia and hebephilia. The fucking sick piece of shit.
But didn't you say before that the girl may have not been underage?
I can't prove anything on the internet, man. But Ben said it. That's what came from Ben's mouth. I'm saying allegations because I can't prove anything on the internet. The internet's like that. But, Ben's the one who said it.
I didn't. Dude, I don't know when he said that. I know when he came on here, somebody had asked him about it, and he wanted them to show him some shit, and they did not show it. He seemed hot about it. A little warm. How is everybody gonna go fucking silent on me now? What the fuck?
I'm trying to find that video because I know it's out there. Where is that fucking video?
Oh shit, I went to go take a piss, man. What am I supposed to do? Fucking piss in a jar or some shit?
Yes.
Jesus.
They're more important than you.
Can't even give a motherfucker 1 second to go walk away. Alright. No, I'm not gonna. Alright, I'm not gonna fucking start pissing in bottles. You know why? Because that'll start a fucking collection of piss bottles, and I don't want that shit.
You don't want to start that trend.
Here it is. I have it. Okay. So here is the link to the drive. Well, let me watch this first to make sure this is what it is.
It's the internet. You never know what you're gonna get.
What are we looking for? What?
All right, yeah, this is the one. If the allegations are true, he's not a pedophile. There's a difference between being a pedophile and being a hebephile. That's the video. I just linked it.
Hebephile thing. I have heard this. All right, I've heard not from him, but I've heard the argument.
Yeah, no, that's the exact fucking argument.
All right, want me to pop it on the screen?
If you want to, man. I'm just like, I mean, I just think it's fucking hilarious whenever it's like, no, man, it's out there. It's fucking out there. Right here. You can see this. These guys are pieces of shit. Like, I'm not trying to bring it up, but if anybody does bring it up, it's right here, man. It's right fucking there.
All right, here we go. Let's see.
This is voice meter.
Those are like my 3 favorite things about
Aren't
Belgium.
you using the Google
Both
Drive
times
thing?
I've gone, I've enjoyed both or all of those things immensely. Mannequin piss. Whoa, the stereo. Whoa, the stereo is like.
Fancy is a pedo 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 fancy.
So why are you telling me?
Is a pedo fancy 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 is a pedo fancy.
Yeah, I mean, if the allegations are true, he's actually not. If you know what that really means. But even so, unethical behavior, it does need to be addressed. But you can't just go by hearsay. You have to take time to assess the situation. You can't just be reactive. So it takes time. And we want to make sure we were making the right decision. So I don't understand what's so hard about that to understand. I think, honestly, you're probably just a troll. Whoa, the stereo is like...
Take my money. Thanks for everything.
Did he quit talking about it after that?
Euro trash money to free.
The funny thing is, they never actually addressed the fact that he was, we need to address it. Never did. Never brought it up on Reddit, anywhere else. Just brushed it on the rug.
Well, he ended up talking about it on here.
Well, on here, maybe. But what I'm saying is that they never brought it up until they were forced to.
Oh, I could believe that. It's probably, feel like, okay, well, that was some shit. But from what he said, it wasn't true. And that may be why they didn't bring it up and just be like, okay, by the way, guys, this guy's not a, like, how do you answer that?
Well, I mean, there's the...
Does it end up looking good that way? I don't know. I don't know how that kind of shit happens.
I mean, let me see where I can find the pictures. There's the screenshots of him sharing the picture of the person who was allegedly underage. That's the one thing. You can't prove that this person is underage. They lie about their age, right? But what it is, it's a picture of her revealing their ass and somebody saying, well, you can see her mom's. All I'm saying is it's right there. It's unverified. It completely is. And I just think it's funny. I think it's funny to fucking talk about. It's completely unverified. That's true. These are allegations. These are pretty strong allegations. And their defense of it and behavior is what I find the funniest thing.
Is watching people try to explain things. That tends to.
I'd say generally just stay away from the under 18 thing. I know there's some states that have like, well, it's 16 in my state, but there's also like a little thing added onto it that it's like has to be a certain age for it. Like, just stay away from anything that makes you seem like a creeper, especially if you're in the old ages and shit like that. If you want a fucking 18-year-old, just get an 18-year-old. Be happy with that fucking shit.
Make sure she's at least able to drink.
Yeah. Let's just put it like this. She should at least be able to buy a lottery ticket.
All right.
But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I haven't really looked into it other than just seeing the evidence and then just say this evidence is pretty fucking. Their behavior and defense of it is the worst part about it. That's what Ben says on the stream. Let me see where the actual thing of it is. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find
it. Let's see. Some people are saying that 16 is the age for most states. Like I said, there's some states that have little stipulations to it. Like you have to be.
Yeah. This is the picture of it. If you're mad about the banning and the misuse of power, that's one thing. We are looking into taking care of this. We will look into the unethical behavior and deal with that. A 19-year-old and a 15-year-old is not pedophilia. In most states, it's actually legal under most circumstances. Minors sending nudes online is another story, but that's still not pedophilia. That's a sexual attraction to children before puberty. And that's the picture of Ben saying that on Discord. So he said it live. He said it privately. This is not bullshit. This is the defense is. It's not pedophilia. It's hemophilia. Once those words come out of your fucking your mouth, man. I'm sorry. It's just listen, man. Don't say that there's not evidence. That's all I'm saying. Okay. There's a lot of fucking evidence that that something happened that was uncouth, and B, their defense of it was fucking creepy and pathetic. Okay, creepy and fucking pathetic. That's all I have to say. That's what I know for sure. So people saying that there's no evidence, there's good evidence. There's a lot of evidence.
All right.
What happened?
Was it hinging on the 16 to 18 thing?
Well, the picture that he just posted says a 19-year-old and a 15-year-old is not pedophilia. In most states, is actually illegal. Under most circumstances, minor sending nudes online is another story, but that's not pedophilia. That's a sexual attraction to children before puberty. That's what I was saying. There are some states where, like, if you're 19 and you're dating a 16-year-old, that's, you know, considered all right.
Yeah, it's still not right. It's still fucked up, and it's just like the problem with it is this, right? He was a mod doing this with with their power. Any mod does that kind of shit in my Discord. If there's like any hint of it, you're gone. The fact is that they liked this guy more than they didn't want to be looked like they were. They didn't want to look like they're defending a pedophile. Why?
The thing is, all right. Let's say he's 19 and the state that he is in is all perfectly legal.
It's still not. You're still doing it over my Discord channel. That's my name on it. That's me giving you implicit permission to do this using the power that
I forgot. How would that work? Would it be whose Discord it is end up being a thing with the law, or are they just going?
No,
with
not really. I'm not saying this legally. I'm saying this ethically.
What was he doing on the Discord? What was he doing on the Discord? Like, I don't have.
He was getting pictures and shit.
Yeah,
that's all I heard.
A couple times he commits suicide. Just other creepy autist bullshit. The actual list of the stuff is oh fuck, where is it? I have this in my list of dirt that I have on people. I have it somewhere. Here it is.
A list of dirt.
I just hate fucking motherfuckers with internet relationships. Period. Like, stop. Like, even if you're adults, fucking keep your relationship to yourself. Don't fucking let it fucking spew over onto online fucking.
I don't know if
shit.
this one was much of a relationship.
I don't know.
It was apparently more than one girl, but they had the thing of this one girl.
Okay.
Like, there's a guy who was just running around asking for nudes, and one of them that came out happened to be.
People yeah, that's all right. Here's the thing about the nudes. There's states where you could be in a relationship with a fucking like 16-year-old when you're 19. That still doesn't allow you to receive nudes and everything. Like, you could fuck a chick that's 16, I think in 16 or 17 in New York, right? But if you take a photograph of her naked, then you just committed a crime. So him asking for pictures or anything, even if in his state, you know, he's talking to another girl in the same state that it's legal for them to be fucking, it still isn't legal for him to be asking for nudes and shit. That still is a fucking crime.
Let me see.
I still don't, dude. Fucking find somebody. Find somebody
How about
your
this?
own age.
Just don't run around and fuck. They don't even have to be your own age. But stop being weird fucks over these discords and fucking. I don't know. It's just Discord was a mistake.
Look, I'm not.
Was a mistake.
I'm not defending pedals. I think it's a fucking weak move. I think it's a move of you're fucking 19 and you can't handle fucking anybody your own age, so you have to go stalk some fucking weaker ass people, man.
Dude, that's exactly what it is. It's disgusting.
More stable mind. There is that.
Yeah.
I've heard that element a lot.
But that happens with 40-year-olds hitting on 18-year-olds. The only difference is it's fucking perfectly legal, you know?
Legality is fun.
All right, here's the thing too. Back in the oldie days, probably a lot of people's parents, were that age range, the 16 and
Pretty much
19,
everybody's grandparents. And
Yeah.
That was the deal.
So look back in your timeline. If your grandfather fucking married his wife when she was 16, how do you feel about that? That's part of your past. Is your grandfather a fucking kid fucker? Like I'm not down for the fucking pedals, and I think it's a shit move if you're 19 fucking preying on underage fucking chicks. But I get Ben's point. I just don't think that he should be, that defending this dude for trying to get nudes online, because it's still not fucking fine no matter what the age of consent in your state is. You're still not allowed to ask for nudes and shit.
It's still, I mean, the worst part about it is it's just like a Discord bot doing it. Doesn't matter, even if she was of age, a Discord bot asking for any nudes of somebody. It's creepy bullshit.
Yeah.
It's all creepy bullshit in Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Is is the guy still a mod, you say?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I haven't kept. They tried to put him back on, and they turned the Discord into a fans only Patreon Discord. And Fancy apparently is still there. Fancy's the name of the mod. That's the last thing I heard. I don't know what happened. All I'm saying is it's some bullshit. It's bullshit that they defended him that much. Any hint of that, and I would have kicked this guy off, instantly. Oh, there it is. Here's the picture of it.
All right.
This is him engaging in revenge porn, posting it on his thing. This is the one that I'm not sure if it's underage or not. Okay, I don't know. Allegedly, but this is him. Even if she isn't underage, this is him still being a mod, getting nudes from your fans.
And real quick, NKT says nudes of a 15-year-old is CP. Yeah, nudes of anything under 18 is CP. Period. Doesn't matter age consent of your state. Yeah,
it isn't nude, but it's very lewd. And this is a picture on a thing. So this is, it's not like blurred out or anything, but this is the evidence. The evidence of this girl that we don't know how old she is, of him engaging in revenge porn and posting it on Discord. One being a mod on that Discord, and then them defending him and saying, well, it's not pedophilia, even if it's true.
Well, all right, here's the thing. I wouldn't even bother with the pedophilia thing then.
It doesn't even fucking matter how old she is.
That's the thing, is that he's being shitty about, something, whether or not she's underage or not. If she can't be proved to be underage, it doesn't. Dude's still being shitty. Yeah.
And they're pieces of shit for defending him, and they're getting so mad that they're getting called out on their bullshit.
Well, all right, here's the other issue with that. Is when everyone comes at it with the accusation of pedophilia as opposed to he's a fucking scumbag.
Yeah.
They end up having to defend the pedophilia thing, and so if they can exonerate the pedophilia, then people are never going to touch the being shitty.
And they think that it just goes away, but it doesn't go away. that first of all, their defense of the pedophilia, they fucked up. Like it's technically not pedophilia, and it's fine. It's also what it may not technically be illegal. It's still creepy and it's still fucking creepy. That's basically it. So even if it isn't pedophilia, we don't know. We don't know how old she is. We honestly don't. You can't prove something like that on the internet. It's fucking creepy. Their defense of it is creepy and it's bullshit. So I brought out this like a lot because I think it's funny. I really think it's funny.
Even without the underage bit, it's still shitty.
It is.
That's
And I brought this out
shitty.
basically because people keep on saying that either A, that there's no evidence. There's a lot of evidence. There really is. B,
there's not much evidence for how old she is, but there's evidence that this happened and that the guy is shitty.
Yeah. B, there's evidence of their defense of it being bullshit. And the other thing that they say is that I'm just bringing this up as drama because I'm trying to keep myself relevant. That's actually not true. I'm bringing this up because other people will bring it up because I think it's funny. And I go after it because I think it's funny. So that's what happens.
Fair play. All right. We wouldn't be forgiven if we didn't at least get a few more sound bites. What is your anything toward king/queen spaghetti pole, whichever?
A few more sound bites on how I feel about King of Pole.
Not necessarily how you feel, like if you want to get advice, what the fuck ever you want to do for the boy.
I don't want to do anything. I mean, I don't hate him as a person, but I got to be honest with you. After this, I'm probably gonna keep my distance a little bit more.
Oh, definitely. I wouldn't blame you for that fucking at all.
Right, because I'm just happy my boyfriend doesn't give a fuck about the internet. I could have been in a lot of fucking trouble. I have a perfect fucking life. Him saying this shit while he's drunk, that's no fucking excuse. I know he wasn't intending this to be broadcasted to the internet. Still, I mean, I'm not gonna like hate him forever about it. I'm not like angry at him. Just the honest truth, I'm gonna probably stay away from for a good little while because.
Do you think this was where his fucking name dropping finally just hit the fucking wall?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. That's kind of the vibe I got from it.
Because he wanted to feel important.
Yeah, he always wants to bring up a name to feel important. Even in his weird drunken gay rant, he's got to do that. He's to bring up some names. He's got a name drop when he's about to fucking blackout drunk. I don't know.
There's some dudes in the chat. There's one guy said I dated a 19-year-old girl when I was 16. Not a huge deal. Another dude lost my virginity at 15 to a 23-year-old female. What do you think of that, Abe? Is there a double standard for the young dudes fucking the older ladies?
I mean, so long as they're both over 18, it doesn't really matter. I mean, do what you want. I think it's gross, but that's just me.
No, I'm talking about if the dude's 15 fucking a 19-year-old girl or a 23-year-old girl.
So the dude is 19 and the girl is 23.
No, the dude's underage and the woman is overage.
That's still kind of wrong. I mean, so like psychologically, there's a difference between men and women, right? Women actually develop sexually earlier, but guys are more into it because that's how they're driven, right? So it's less likely that it was unconsensual if it's a guy than if it's a girl. The still fucks them up if they're underage. They're just not ready. Emotionally, it's just something that I think that our society is too up into sex. And sex isn't something that should be thrown around like that. So it should be something that should be within the confines of a long-term relationship, not something that is sort of dirtied like that. So
sullied.
I'm not going to say that it isn't different because there is a difference, of the psychological impact, but it still fucks them up. It's not a good idea.
Satisfactory answer, failure?
I was just asking. It was coming up in the chat.
Oh. I didn't know if that was one of yours.
Let me see. Viking Insane says, "Isn't hemophile a desire to bang Jews?" No comment on that one. All right. Gentleman bystander for 2 says Ape shouldn't talk about neurology ever.
Yeah, it's true. I should never talk about it. It's something I'm completely uneducated about. I just like talk about shit sometimes.
Stoner McMuffin says, "I called Ben out and he called me overly autistic." And well, how old is this? Because if this is like an old thing and it just keeps being brought up, I can understand how some dudes get tired
This
of this.
happened like December. Like that's when it happened.
Oh, so it's a recent thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Gentleman bystander for 5 says, "Why would we ever take advice on proper relationship age differences from someone who has voluntarily removed themselves from breeding?"
It's true.
No rebuttal. No, not even interested. He's
Nothing
nope.
to
True.
say.